Hey everybody, David here. Also, other David incoming, and we are glad to have you with us today. David, hop on the live stream. Yeah, I just wanted to go a little early, I guess. Just make sure that by 11 we were streaming for the people.
Sure. I had to blow my nose real quick, otherwise I would be sniffling on stream and right into your ear all day, and you wouldn't have enjoyed that.
So we do have a poll question for you right now, and David wrote this one.
I did?
You did. It says, do you like it when we talk about tech news, or would you rather we just answer your questions?
Yeah. Getting a feel for what people are actually interested in. We've kind of just gone headfirst into the news, and then answering some questions in chat. And
today we're going to break up the stream a little bit differently than we have in the past, where we're going to do a news article, and then we're going to answer your questions, and then we're going to do another news article, and we've got a few good ones today to talk about. The first one is AI, which is all over the news lately, but what we're seeing is that it's starting to actually replace humans.
Yes, it is.
So, for instance, Apple is using AI now to generate voiceovers for their audiobooks in the Books app. And obviously and understandably, the voice actors are kind of freaking out about it.
Yeah, I would be too if I was a voice actor.
So, are they going to put millions of people out of work? Apple's decision to use AI-generated voice actors for their audiobook services could potentially disrupt the union of professional narrative actors and replace them with computer-generated voices.
I wonder if we're going to get to the point where, AI is pitching networks, TV shows, animated TV shows. AI does all the animation, does all the voices, does all the script writing, and then all of a sudden you've got a whole TV show. You're not paying anybody for it.
Exactly.
The network is just raking in the advertising money.
And of course, that is what they're working on right now. I bet Netflix has a whole department right now of AI-generated content.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, not cool.
It'd be cool
not cool.
It'd be cool. It's a cool concept, and then it would immediately be not cool once people are all out of work. And
it's going to be a little while before they can replace the YouTubers, the actual people.
Yeah, and especially for audiobooks too, I definitely prefer when the actual author of the book is the one reading me the book. I just feel like it's more immersive that way. So for example, the last audiobook I listened to was I'm Glad My Mom Died by Jeanette McCurdy from iCarly. I watched that show as a teenager and learning how miserable she was the whole time. I felt like I had some moral obligation to buy her book. And she narrated the whole thing, and it was really good, and it was great. It was a great book, and highly recommend that to anyone. But I feel like it's just not going to sound the same with AI voices. I don't know.
I don't think so. But right now, some of the AI voices are scarily good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that you can really hear the difference for some of them.
No.
Some of the more advanced ones, not the Siris, the Google, or the Alexa. There are some next level ones that really could fool me, at least. So shall we say hello to the chat?
Hello, chat. Family Diamond fan. George P. Alan. Dill Rolls. Nathan. Hello.
Alan, hello from Scotland. Hello from Wales. We've got the Welsh today. They are tuning in.
Love it.
Yeah. Glad that you're all here today.
Sorry we beat you. Oh, we didn't beat them in soccer in the World Cup.
We didn't beat anybody in soccer, did we?
We tied them.
Did we? Oh, Wales. Glad you got that drink of water beforehand, David. Oh, you blew your nose beforehand. Hey, Nathan.
Struggling this morning.
Hey, Roger. Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, Michelle. Deb.
Pardon me, Michelle. Is that the Chattanooga Choo-Choo? Track 49. Oh, won't you give me a shine?
Yeah. I think I remember that being referenced in Family Guy. That's all I know.
Yeah. Hello, guys. Deb and Athena from Sweden. Hello from Ron from Vietnam. They love us in Wales, David.
Apparently.
We love you in Wales.
Welsh, yeah.
Big fan. Have you watched The Crown? I haven't watched more about the Welsh people from The Crown and how they've been sort of not treated the best by the monarchy. But I'm only going off of my Netflix knowledge there. So, yep. Hello from Detroit, says Mike Ruiz. Jerry B, hello from the Chicago burbs. Melodical GB, hello from Germany. Yes, it is. Do both. Western New York. I'll be out in Western New York later this year with my dad, taking him to the PGA Championship.
All right, in Buffalo?
No, it's in Rochester.
In Rochester.
Yes.
That's Western.
It's Westerner. Salem, Oregon, one of the many Salems.
Sure.
Yeah.
There's a Salem, Massachusetts.
There sure is. I went there as a kid.
Yeah.
They all went crazy.
A little bit.
Yep.
A little bit.
Have you been there?
No.
Never been?
No.
You grew up around there.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Nebraska, Deb. Nice to see you. Toronto, says Nahal. I hear they say Toronto there, not Toronto.
They say what?
Toronto. There's no T at the end.
Well, there is actually a T there, but yeah.
Well, I'm not saying that they're doing it wrong. I would never. All good sounding synthetic speech is based on human voices. All lousy ones are computer generated. I kind of know since I did little else for the last 23 years.
Okay.
I guess you do kind of know.
Yeah. Well, it'll be interesting. I mean, I don't really care if AI steals our content so long as that there's a plan in place for when all these millions of people are put out of work, that there's some sort of universal basic income to supplement all the job
socialism.
Loss. I know.
Socialism over here.
Well, actually, the only candidate last election who supported that was like mega libertarian. So
mega libertarian.
Yeah.
I don't know her.
Him.
Okay. Megan Libertarian.
Megan, yeah.
I meant to hit keep doing both. Thank you, lady. Hello from Rhode Island. Hello, Stephen King.
Stephen King's in the chat, huh?
Yes.
The Stephen King?
Yes, the Stephen King. There's only one, and he's from there. Hamad.
Keep doing both. I thought that answering your questions was going to like really run away with this, and
why?
I don't know. That's what I would have picked.
Yeah.
If I was in a live stream and
it's great. It inspires confidence when you have such confidence in our own format. David.
I know. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Cool. Palm Springs, California. Great.
Yep.
Went there once.
Indiana,
it's really,
Tom's
really
River.
warm.
Palm Springs, yes.
Big fan.
Greetings from Los Angeles, Manitoba, Canada.
Tom's River, New Jersey. That's where Todd Frazier's from.
I don't know who that is.
Former Yankee third baseman. Every time he came up to the plate, they mentioned Tom's River.
Cool.
Yep.
Yankees. Go Yankees. How are they doing this year, David?
I think they started reporting today, actually. So.
Oh, interesting. They started reporting. And we're reporting on that.
Apuz13, hello from Vegas. Yesterday we were talking about security keys. How many passwords can they hold? I have 2-factor set up for many things. We're going to talk about security keys and sort of the controversy that our video generated later in this stream. So stay tuned for that.
I can't believe how many people hated security keys from that video. The negative backlash. It was severe. And it was heartfelt. It wasn't at us directly. It was at the keys.
Yeah.
It's kind of
don't shoot the messenger. We're just reporting on the new Apple feature, you don't have to buy. So we didn't like come away with that from that video saying you have to buy one of these security keys. And in fact, the one security key we recommended over all the other ones, we don't even have an affiliate link for that. So we get no money if you buy the Google Titan security key.
Right. But they do.
Google does, yeah.
And then we get money if you watch our YouTube videos.
Yeah.
Google owns that.
Yep.
You're welcome, Google. You see that sort of circle happening there.
We're basically employees of Google at this point.
And we have been for a while.
Yeah.
We like you, Google. Thanks.
Plymouth, UK in the chat. San Diego in the chat.
Yeah. Dark Hair David, you always make me laugh with your comments.
Great. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Going for like the Stephen Merchant element of this stream.
I don't know what that means either.
I like to think of us as the Ricky Gervais show, XFM radio show.
I didn't even know he has a radio show.
Yeah, we used to 20 years ago.
He's very funny.
Yeah, not anymore, but yeah.
Happy Golf. Hi there from the Netherlands. Happy Golf. Roy David. Hey,
Happy Golf. What's Happy
UK?
Golf? It's always angry, frustrated, sad golf.
Yeah. Happy Golf.
Who enjoys playing golf?
David got out there. Second hole he ever played.
Yeah.
Par.
Yeah. I mean, it was a generous par 4, to be fair, but yeah.
Yeah. The third hole, water.
Yeah.
Barney
Road.
Barney Road, par 3 executive golf course. Because when you're starting out, you go to the par 3s.
It is a fun course. I like that course.
Yeah, it's a good course. Oh boy.
Carl in this scenario.
Who's Carl?
See, this is what I was afraid of.
Yeah, I think Zach is season 1 Carl.
Okay.
It would be. I'm glad somebody else appreciates the show.
Yeah, Aberdeen, Scotland.
Well, that makes you Ricky, so you should be
great.
Yeah.
Hello from Plymouth, UK.
Plymouth, UK, sure.
Yeah, the original Plymouth.
The original Plymouth, the worst Plymouth. Yeah.
Wow.
We've got a rock. What do you have? I grew up like 10 minutes from Plymouth, Massachusetts, so we'd always drive by the rock and
the rock.
See the model.
Could
Mayflower.
You smell what it was cooking?
No, I'm not even sure it's a real rock, to be honest. Might be a fake rock.
They might have moved the original rock. What do they call it in the British monarchy? They have a stone the coronation stone.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's a rock.
Sure.
They got to have it underneath the king or the queen.
Yeah. The Plymouth Rock smells like copper because people throw pennies down there for some reason. Just a total.
How do you throw something down a rock?
Well, there's like a structure, and then the rock's at the bottom, like 10 feet down, and you throw pennies in. People throw it's a waste of money. Save it.
Save your money, people.
Because there's a lot of candy stores there where you can like get, taffy for a penny, like penny taffy. So you're just wasting your money.
You're just not getting taffy.
Yeah.
But don't throw taffy down there.
Yeah, you could. People throw trash down there too.
Of course they do.
This sucks.
This is a rock. Why did I drive 4 hours to see a rock?
Why did I drive 4 hours to see a rock? That's not even the original rock. So
is it not the original rock?
Of course not. No.
How do you know?
How do they know?
Were you there?
Yeah, it's true. I wasn't there.
But don't you have an ancestor that was on there?
Sure. A couple pilgrim ancestors. Yeah.
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 Can you tell people?
I don't know what their names are. I forget. Maybe Brewster.
Brewster?
Maybe.
I heard there's a Brewster mass.
Sure is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of
masses.
Daryl Steele, channel member, says good morning. Good morning, Daryl. Yeah.
Hey, Daryl. You get a special shout out for being a channel member.
Sure.
Yeah, totally.
DC 39 golf, a good walk ruined. Yeah.
Right.
It's good exercise though. You get the bag on your shoulders and good workout.
Yeah, I think a president said that. A good walk ruined or something. Ben Ho, it's a famous one. You go to golf courses and every hole they'll have a different saying. That's one of them.
All right.
But I forget. I think it's 17 at Eagle Crest. They've got a good walk ruined or a nice walk spoiled. Hello from Philly. What do you guys think of DuckDuckGo? What is it with the DuckDuckGo?
We've gotten a lot of DuckDuckGo questions over the past week or so. And I'm like, hey, maybe we should make a video about DuckDuckGo. And it's like, I don't know if they're... But people just keep asking us about it. What do I think of DuckDuck? I haven't used DuckDuckGo in years.
I've used it a couple of times, but that's it. I've always felt like it was just not as good as Google.
It isn't as good as Google. There are some websites that actually optimize their SEO for DuckDuckGo specifically. So you might end up with some, weird results.
It's probably easier to trick because they're not.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's easier to rank number one in DuckDuckGo than it is in Google because it's Google's a better search algorithm.
Yeah, I think that's a fact. So, I would take Google with all of the privacy settings optimized over DuckDuckGo.
Yep.
But if you don't do anything, Google's going to be tracking you.
Yep. Sure are.
Should I update my iPad Pro to iOS 16.3.1?
Yes.
After the stream? Yes. Do you guys have Apple phones?
We do. We do. We've
got plenty.
iPhones, yeah.
A bunch of them. We got Android phones, but we use Apple phones primarily. Is anybody else's iCloud backup not working? Mine was working. You could always check Apple's status website. The mean sheets. LOL. Blessings from Ohio. Same to you, Carolina.
My iCloud backup is working. It synced. I guess it synced successfully 2 days ago. So maybe it didn't go yesterday. Interesting. I don't know.
Well,
I'll test it out after the stream. I'll let you know.
Yeah, they may need to buy more iCloud storage.
You might need to buy more iCloud storage.
Which Lady Docious refuses to do. Michael has a lighthouse that was moved onto the shore because the rock it was on cracked. That'll happen with the lighthouses. You got to move them in. They did that on Cape Cod, too. I think Nauset Beach, they had to move the lighthouse.
Interesting, yeah.
Well, the beach goes away over hundreds of years. And you got to pick up your lighthouse.
Drag it back.
Move it. Yep. Because it's a tourist attraction at this point. They don't really need a lighthouse, do they?
Beats me.
Can't hurt.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Maybe for a foggy New England evening, but
yeah,
I don't know.
All the GPS is broken.
Yeah.
I've got no idea where they are. Thank God for that lighthouse. Which new Apple iPhone is good to buy? I would say anything other than the SE.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy the 14 or the 14 Plus.
All right. So the 14 Pro?
I would stick to the Pro and Pro Max models.
Yep. 13 Pro, 13 Pro Max.
13 Pro, 14 Pro would be the way to go for me.
Absolutely.
Get the 60 hertz, well, not 60, 120 hertz refresh rates, Pro motion displays, yeah.
Yeah, the Stone of Destiny, Alan McLellan says, the Stone of Destiny, England stole it from Scotland.
They stole a lot of stuff over in England, didn't they?
What else,
It's just sort of their thing.
What they do. Yeah. But they're not alone. All right. It uses Bing. What do you do when you spill coffee onto your phone? Add cream and sugar?
I feel like they asked that last stream, didn't they?
Maybe they drink a lot of coffee.
So what I would do is I would wipe it off with a microfiber cloth, stick it on a table, let it dry out.
Right. That's the best thing to do.
Maybe if you get some of those desiccant packs from your vitamin pills or your Amazon packages.
You could try that.
Lay them around the phone. But yeah, if you had cream and sugar in your coffee, it's just going to get all sticky and gross, and that'll be it.
Well, Dave says not a lot of tech news here. Bye.
Well, fair enough, yeah.
Dave, bye. We'll say bye. We're not going to beg you to stay, Dave.
Yeah.
Well, we're sorry to see you go, but we're coming up on our first break.
We are.
Right.
That was fast.
It was fast.
All right.
Yep, somebody's keeping an eye on the timers. It's me.
Okay, fair enough.
Zach, where's our timers, bro? Okay, so next up, after the break, more has come out about the hack Apple fixed in iOS 16.3.1. And our poll questions is, have you updated your devices yet? Yes or no?
Poor Dave. If he just stuck around for another 30 seconds, he would have
gotten the tech.
Would have got the news.
Yep. Instead, he's got the blues.
Yeah.
And we'll be back. Zach, put us on the screen, or it's the right back screen.
Earth Bowl. Maybe.
Apple has declared war on spammers. In June 2022, Apple released iOS 16 to developers, and it came with a feature that no one expected. It wasn't visual lookup, undo sending messages, or emoji dictation. This year, Apple dropped a bomb that terrified spammers everywhere. The bomb was the report junk feature in messages. You've always been able to report spammers by texting 7726 in the spam message to your carrier. In 2021, U.S. citizens received over 81 billion spam texts, and even though iOS 16 hasn't even launched yet, it's already causing huge damage. This is Ethan Garr, the CEO of RoboKiller. RoboKiller is one of many companies that offers a spam blocking service, but they won't have access to the same data that iOS 16 gives to Apple about which texts are actually spam. And they're not the company with the most to lose. For the last few years, Apple ads have been all about privacy. This is the next battle that Samsung and Google won't be able to win. In 2024, you can bet we'll be watching ads where Apple says that iPhone is the spam-free phone. This means Apple has declared war on spammers. In June 2022, Apple released iOS 16 to developers, and it came with a feature that no one expected. It wasn't visual lookup, undo sending messages, or emoji dictation. This year, Apple dropped a bomb that terrified spammers everywhere. The bomb was the report junk feature in messages. You've always been able to report spammers by texting 7726 in the spam message to your carrier. In 2021, U.S. citizens received over 81 billion spam texts, and even though iOS 16 hasn't even launched yet, it's already causing huge damage. This is Ethan Garr, the CEO of RoboKiller. RoboKiller is one of many companies that offers a spam blocking service, but they won't have access to the same data that iOS 16 gives to Apple about which texts are actually spam. And they're not the company with the most to lose. For the last few years, Apple ads have been all about privacy. This is the next battle that Samsung and Google won't be able.
We're back. Wow.
How about that? We took a break.
Look at that. We took a break.
But we had a chance to have a little sip of water and talk about our next topic, which is that Apple has fixed that new WebKit zero-day exploit that hacked iPhones, iPads, and Macs. And what I wanted to talk about, Dave, who's no longer here, is what a zero-day exploit actually means first.
What is a zero-day exploit?
Well, a zero-day exploit is a security vulnerability that is unknown to the software vendor or developers. So it was unknown to Apple. It is called zero-day because it occurs on the first day of the vulnerability being discovered and can be exploited by hackers to gain unauthorized access or control over Apple systems. Essentially, what happened is it was a type of attack that took advantage of a security weakness in iOS that Apple wasn't aware of and hadn't had a chance to patch or fix. So Apple hasn't admitted what they actually got into install or compromised, but they have admitted that iPhones were actively compromised by this zero-day exploit. And zero-day, I can't say it. It's like toy boat, say that over and over again. Zero-day exploits are very valuable to hackers, and what they do is they find a vulnerability and then they sell it to other hackers. That's why Apple has their bounty program, where you can, if you find a zero-day exploit, I can't say zero-day exploit. Yeah. If you find one, then you can send it to Apple and they'll actually pay you real cold hard cash.
Until AI becomes the bounty hunters and gets rid of that job too.
Yep. AI's. Excuse me. I'm glad I took that sip of water.
Poll results.
Yeah.
80% have updated. So that's smart. We actually got a comment too. Somebody saw that iOS, the new update will mess up Google Photos. Not anymore. If you update your phone and then update the Google Photos app, that has been fixed. So no need to worry.
And you other 20%, I mean, after this stream is over, because it doesn't really help if you're watching a stream, you shouldn't leave. But after the stream is over, you should definitely go do that.
Yep.
What has come out, though, is Macs have also been affected by this.
Not good.
Yep. So iPhone 8 and later, iPad Pro all models, iPad Air 3rd gen and later, iPad 5th gen and later, iPad Mini 5th gen and later, and Macs running macOS Ventura. Us, guys, we should do this after the stream. All of us should update our Macs.
No.
Okay.
Because, well, if we get hacked, then we have a video, we have content for a video.
So. That's good. That's great.
Yeah.
Yep, because we're all about that.
That's the risk we take for you.
That's not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. We are going to update. Everybody should update.
Update your phone, update your iPad, update your Mac, update your iPod, update your other Apple devices, and David, update your Samsung.
Yeah, David wanted to address the question, have you made a video on how to optimize Google the way you mentioned?
So we've done Android videos where we talk about all the Google settings you should change on your Android phone specifically, but not for your Google account more broadly.
That's a good idea for a video.
That's a good idea. There's a lot of like people who are making de-Google your phone videos. I mean, we could do a de-Google your life and just all the account settings you change, because there's a lot of stuff in like the Google privacy settings that nobody ever changes, and it's a good idea to fix that.
It certainly is. Stuff, and there's multiple layers of it too. You can turn off certain histories, but then they can still track you with certain apps.
Yep.
Once you get into their security settings, the settings are pretty easy to understand. But before that, it can be kind of confusing.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think I've pretty much de-Googled my phone, phone and Google account, which is the most important thing.
Yep.
Because then it doesn't really matter what phone you're using if you've cut it off at the pass.
Yes.
Shut it down at the source.
Member Daryl Steele, what's bad about the 2022 SE?
David.
A lot.
Everything.
Old form factor, bad display, bad battery life.
Yeah, when you look at it compared to even an iPhone 10, it looks awful.
Yeah.
We've got one over there.
Less screen real estate because of that old form factor. It's just...
yeah, they've been using the same design since 2014 in the iPhone 6 form factor, and they've done updates. The good part about it is the processor. Like, it's fast. But the bad part about it is the camera system. I mean, if you've got one camera, it's good if you're taking photos at 1x zoom, but you don't have any of the other zooms. It's just not that... I don't think it's worth it, because you can get a much better phone for less money.
Yeah. I mean, the one benefit to an SE 2022 over an iPhone 10, for instance, is that the SE 2022 will probably support iOS updates for longer. I don't know how much longer, but I think the iPhone 10 still got one or two more updates.
Right.
So you get that phone now, you'll be set for a couple of years.
But for the same price as the iPhone SE 3rd gen. Is that what we're on? 3rd gen,
yeah.
You can get an iPhone 11 Pro on eBay.
Sure.
And then that's going to work for a long time.
Yep. Just get that instead.
Yeah, it's a better phone. So, is that a thorough enough trash talk of the iPhone SE3?
I think that's pretty good. That wasn't even trash talk. That was just objective analysis.
Talk, yeah.
Fact talk, yeah.
Roberts and Vixen, one of the reindeer.
Vixen?
Vixen? Maybe. Comet and Cooper, Donner Blitzen, Comet and Cooper. No. Dasher, no, I guess Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, right? Is the fourth reindeer? Comet and Cooper, Donner Blitzen?
I don't know.
But do you recall?
That's a terrible movie. Terrible message for kids, Rudolph.
He had a special ability, was ridiculed for it, and then only
when it becomes useful for Santa, he accepted.
Right, exactly.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's a rough message for the kids. Diane Graham, have done the 16.3.1 on Valentine's Day, and happy belated Valentine's Day to all you Valentines out there.
Sure.
It's Valentine's Day. What are your plans? It's actually not anymore.
It's not anymore.
It's 2 days ago. Yeah. Did you have a good Valentine's Day?
Yeah, it's fine.
You go out to dinner?
You ordered in.
Ordered in.
All the restaurants in town are packed.
Yeah, Valentine's Day is a rough day to go out.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, yes.
Mean Sheets Dave has zero time for nonsense. Yep, that's true.
Yeah, boo, Dave.
MKR, will system data clear up after updating my iPad Pro? Maybe. We have a whole clear system data on iPhone video, and if you just do all the same steps in your iPad, it'll help you out.
100%. Zero time. Thanks, bros. Okay, George, you're the man. I bet Dave blew out the candles at his daughter's 4th birthday because she was taking too long.
This poor guy. Oh, boy.
He's not here anymore. He's gone.
Hopefully he's not a subscriber.
We got enough Daves.
That's one subscriber loss right there.
Where's the tech news?
Yeah. Oh,
patience is a virtue. Yeah.
Very short break, Dave would have liked that. Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay, let's. I think that's enough Dave content for the day. Updated after the stream yesterday, and no Susie with my Google Photos app. Okay.
Aloha.
What's a Susie?
I don't know. Aloha to Sam Kane or Sam Kane, as they would say.
6 a.m. in Hawaii right now?
It is probably. It's either 5 or 6.
Ouch.
I always forget. Because it goes half and half. They don't do the daylight saving time thing.
Smart.
Right. Saving time, people.
Several people like the de-Google your Google account idea.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea.
We'll make a note of it. We'll add it to our list. We'll make a note, and we'll look into it.
Daryl, starter phone for the family member. I think that it is a decent starter phone for a family member, but I think the other ones are better.
Which one, the SE 2022?
Yeah, I would go for an older one.
If you've got like a young kid.
It's blinking in here, David.
It's blinking in here. That's because the one, a 99-cent super chat. We appreciate that. We set the beginning of the stream, or beginning of the chat.
Right.
First super chat is good luck for the rest of the day. So
that's right.
The one.
Good luck for the rest of the day.
Come back next time. Let us know all the good luck and good fortune that came our way today.
Right. Exactly.
Buy a lottery ticket. Yeah. Well, I'll buy a $1 lottery ticket, and we'll see what happens.
Always be kind says good morning.
Yeah. Good morning to you.
My iPhone won't let me clear my history. It's grayed out. What do I do? That's interesting.
Presumably, there's no history, would be my guess. You've done it recently. That's what happens for me when I clear sometimes, yeah.
Interesting. I would check screen time restrictions, content and privacy restrictions. Yeah. Make sure that I would imagine that you can disable the clearing of history.
I would guess, yeah.
I don't know why you'd want to, but
is Safari still installed on your phone?
Can you delete Safari?
Can you delete Safari?
Are we experts? I haven't ever tried to.
And you can't delete Safari now, so there you go.
Oh boy. Yep. iPhone 7 can't be on iOS 15. What was that?
Just keep going that comment. Right, go to Dr. Roger N.
Okay. I learned an iPhone 7 can't update beyond iOS 15, and I learned the iPhone 11 is best. Sure. I don't think you can say that the iPhone 11 is the best phone. It's a good phone.
It's a good phone. It's fine.
It's fine.
Get the job done.
I don't think it has the OLED display. I think it's the last one that didn't, whereas the 11 Pro did. So if you're going to get a new one, and it's the 11 and the 11 Pro, get the Pro.
Just stick to the Pro models. Don't get the non-Pro models. They're not good.
Oh, yeah, just stick to that. Just stick to Ferraris, people.
Stick to the more expensive
phones. Just stick to the yachts. Yeah.
Susan has the latest iPhone SE, says it sucks. So there you go. From an actual iPhone SE user. It's
AKA loser.
Subscriber numbers are falling off a cliff right now. It's good.
Susan, sorry. You're not a loser. Your phone is, though. Okay. Anacito Adamero official. I have iPhone XS. How to fast the Ethernet here in Philippines. So iPhones can't connect to Ethernet through Ethernet. And if you're talking about cable modems in the Philippines or DSL or Fios, that is beyond the scope of our ability to help you on the stream.
I wish I knew more about the internet.
Filipino internet?
Yeah, I don't know much about it.
Yes. Here's a fun question that I think David will want to answer.
Boy.
Belteshazzar Babylon. You guys have any information? Yeah, channel member. You guys have any information on IMSI, and is there any protection against it? David?
I don't know what IMSI is.
You don't know what IMSI is?
I don't.
I know what IMEI is.
IMSI.
Oh, International Mobile Subscriber Identity. Duh. Come on, David.
It's a unique number that mobile network operators use to recognize individual subscribers. So the concern being that somebody could get that number and then use it to track you or learn more about you specifically?
I think we use the Ask Da Vinci thing.
Okay,
here.
That's a good point.
Explain what an IMSI is and how it can be exploited by hackers and how to protect yourself in simple terms. It just be a second here. Just another second. Just one more second.
IMSI stands for International Mobile Subscriber Identity. It is a unique number assigned to every user of a cellular network and is used to identify and authenticate subscribers when they connect to a mobile network. Hackers can exploit an IMSI by using it to access the user's mobile data and track their movements. They can also use it to intercept calls and messages, as well as to access personal information, such as banking details. To protect yourself, you should always use a secure Wi-Fi connection and use a VPN when accessing the internet. You should also ensure that your device is password protected and that you are using the latest security updates. Additionally, you should be aware of any suspicious activity on your device and report it to your mobile network provider.
In addition to that, I would just say don't go giving out your IMSI number willy-nilly.
Nobody's going to give that out willy-nilly.
Well, you never know.
Hey, guys.
Super chat from Roger N. $2.
Thanks, Roger.
With a thumbs up. We appreciate that, Roger.
Very much appreciated.
If buying a phone off eBay or Amazon or from Best Buy refurbished, is it possible to have something malicious on that phone you do not know about? Probably not. I mean, they do a pretty thorough job.
I would definitely just restore it as soon as I got it.
Yeah.
Because there could be software glitches that are left over where an erase all content and settings would not resolve that. I always restore everything new.
Yeah,
Sometimes I restore the new ones out of the box.
I guess eBay specifically would be the one I would be concerned about as opposed to Amazon or Best Buy.
But an Amazon third-party seller, God knows what you're going to get from them.
Yeah. So restore it when you get it.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
Yep. Yep. Michael says, Michelle, turn off and then screen time.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. Is your phone just plain Fred? We've got a whole bunch of people just rocking it right here.
Yeah.
Could be a profile. You're right, Fred.
Yeah, if you like answering iPhone help questions, you should join our Discord. Where
you should get your own gosh darn channel.
Hop into the iPhone chat channel in there. Discord link is in the description section of this video. It's the text description below the subscribe button. Hop in there. Lots of tech questions in there.
We're almost ready for our next shorts break.
Oh boy.
It's a shorts break because we play one of our shorts during the break as opposed to a short break. Next up in our new segment, Who's Suing Apple Today? We talk about the DOJ's antitrust lawsuit against Apple that may force them to allow third-party app stores on the iPhone. And we do have a poll for you. Is Apple's 30% commission on everything sold through the App Store too high?
No.
Yes or no? We don't sway the voters.
The answer is no.
Don't sway the voters. AI has declared war on Google. It can answer difficult questions, think creatively, and even do your homework for you. OpenAI's new chatbot, ChatGPT, has caused such a panic at Google that management have declared a code red. But Google isn't going down without a fight. The tech giant has its own chatbot technology called Lambda, which made the news last summer when a Google engineer declared that it was sentient. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But Google doesn't want to replace its search engine with a chatbot because it isn't optimized for showing you ads, which make up 80% of Google's revenue. Plus, chatbots have a tendency to lie and become racist assholes. That could harm Google's reputation and brand. And let's not forget the elephant in the room. If chatbots provide the perfect answer to every question, then people won't click on ads. One thing's for sure. Chatbot technology is a force to be reckoned with, and it isn't going away. And by the way, ChatGPT wrote this entire script. That's why we're sure AI has declared war on Google. It can answer difficult questions, think creatively, and even do your homework for you. OpenAI's new chatbot, ChatGPT, has caused such a panic at Google that management have declared a code red. But Google isn't going down without a fight. The tech giant has its own chatbot technology called Lambda, which made the news last summer when a Google engineer declared that it was sentient. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But Google doesn't want to replace its search engine with a chatbot because it isn't optimized for showing you ads, which make up 80% of Google's revenue. Plus, chatbots have a tendency to lie and become racist assholes. That could harm Google's reputation and brand. And let's not forget the elephant in the room. If chatbots provide the perfect answer to every question, then people won't click on ads. One thing's for sure. Chatbot technology is a force to be reckoned with, and it isn't going away. And by the way, ChatGPT wrote this entire script. That's why we're sure AI has declared war on Google. It can answer difficult questions, think creatively, and even do your homework for you. OpenAI's new chatbot, ChatGPT, has caused such a panic at Google that management have declared a code red. But Google isn't going down without a fight. The tech giant has its own chatbot technology called Lambda, which made the news last summer when a Google engineer declared that it was sentient. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. But Google doesn't want to replace its search engine with a chatbot because it isn't optimized for showing you ads, which make up 80% of Google's revenue. Plus, chatbots have a tendency to lie and become racist assholes. That could harm Google's reputation and brand. And let's not forget the elephant in the room. If chatbots provide...
Before we get to our next news story, we got a super chat from Jocko. Recommended computer programming language or languages helpful for my 13-year-old son. 13-year-old, not son. 13-year-old.
Maybe a son, maybe a daughter.
Maybe a daughter.
Maybe a friend.
Maybe a friend showing interest.
So I think the best thing to do for me is to get a subscription, and I know it sounds kind of lame, but get a subscription to LinkedIn Learning. That's how I learned anyway. I was a little bit older, but I taught myself with that because there are these really awesome getting started computer courses that walk you through the real basics of like what software to download and how to, real basic stuff like how to install it and then how to get your first program. And once you start actually being able to follow along and do these simple things with it, you then start to learn the basic concepts that underlie every single programming language. So there's Intro to Programming, Programming Fundamentals. There's a lot of great stuff. It used to be called lynda.com, but now it's LinkedIn Learning because LinkedIn bought them. They bought Lynda.
HTML, CSS.
HTML and CSS are not programming languages.
Programming languages, okay. Nope. Java.
Java is, but don't know Java.
Scorpion.
Scorpion is a Mortal Kombat character, but not a programming language. Not yet, anyway. Not yet.
Python.
That's
the one. That's what I was thinking.
Well, if he's into web development, JavaScript, I would just start with whatever they think is the most basic one. Sometimes it's C++, because if you learn the fundamentals like from C or C++, C is kind of older, then it's really easy to understand all of the other ones, the concepts anyway. And then it becomes a matter of learning the syntax. So I learned, and JavaScript is the one that you would learn if you're a web guy.
Sure.
Yeah, JavaScript is actually kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I guess that's my recommendation is JavaScript or Python probably. But I would start with the most basic stuff. Okay. Hopefully that's helpful. That's awesome.
We got another super chat here from Apuz13. Thank you for answering my questions. You're welcome. And if you get a super chat, feel free to fire up another question in there. Because I always feel bad when people just say thanks in the super chat.
Yeah, he's great at making money over here. Feels bad. Try giving him more money and see how bad he feels then.
Yeah.
He's going to feel awful.
Even worse.
Even worse.
How bad can you make me feel today?
Yeah.
So you can win that competition.
All right, so back to our segment. You super chatters are very much appreciated, and that's why we deferred. We pushed it back a bit. The U.S. DOJ is ramping up the Apple antitrust probe, adding litigators seeking more data. So the investigation is focusing around Apple's App Store policies, particularly the 30% commission that Apple charges app developers. The Justice Department is asking Apple for data regarding App Store search rankings, how apps are chosen to be featured, and how Apple deals with competing apps in the App Store. So how's our poll looking?
70% said yes. 30% commission on everything through the App Store is too high.
Too high, yeah. And it's not just what you buy that day. If you go into Clash of Clans a month later and buy gems for $100, Apple gets 30% of that too. They get 30% of everything forever. So a lot of people, as you can imagine, are a little bit upset about that because Apple also doesn't allow other third-party app stores to be installed on the iPhone.
Yeah, well, that might be changing soon.
Yeah, the EU is pushing to allow side loading, which is installing third-party app stores.
Yeah, on iOS 17. Probably not going to come to the States right away. It's going to be localized in the European Union first, but
maybe. I don't know. Is that for sure in
that's
iOS
not
17?
That's the speculation. It's not even. We don't even know if it's going to be there for sure, like sideloading at all.
I doubt it, to be honest. I feel like this is one where Apple's going to dig their heels in and say no.
We'll see.
Until they're really forced by some sort of a court order.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if people want sideloading, feel free. Install that malware on your iPhone and
it's exactly.
enjoy.
It's going to be like it is with the right to repair stuff, where Apple launched an incredibly crappy website.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, sure, install your third-party app store. We'll only take a 28% commission.
Yeah.
And then people will be like, this is crappy. I like the original app store.
Yeah, it's going to be bad, and people are not going to like it. And
yeah. Apple's going to be like, oh, sorry. We told you so.
But if you're an app developer and you want to give us your perspective on the 30% commission, I'm more than willing to have my mind changed about it being too high.
Yes. Michelle, so glad it finally caught y'all live. We are glad.
We're glad
as
too.
well.
Yeah.
We're here. We're here for you, Michelle. We were hoping that you show up.
Yes.
Thank you for the super chat. Very much appreciated. I'm almost afraid to click on this one, but Balthazar Babylon says, I apologize. I didn't ask my last question correctly. Have you guys ever heard of an IMSI catcher device being used to hack? I have now.
No, I've never heard of that before.
Well, I just said it.
Yeah.
Yep. Hopefully that's helpful. Who can remember BASIC? That was my first programming language. When I was but a wee lad, that was for all of our Irish and Scottish friends out there. I went to the library when I was 5 years old and learned how to program in BASIC. It was like 10, like print this thing, and then 20, 30, and every line would have a number, and then you could be like, go to 10 and do these loops. It was really cool. But
right.
I don't think I'd start with BASIC because it lacks some of the fundamentals that are in pretty much every other programming language. There's a reason people don't use it. But it was really great as a kid. I loved it. My grandfather told me, he drew something on a piece of paper. He was a roofer. Anyway, story time with Dave. My grandfather told me that if I could make this drawing that he did in BASIC or on the computer screen, that he'd buy me a new computer. So little 5-year-old me did it, impressed him, and he bought me a new computer.
Excellent.
386 was like the happiest day of my 6-year-old life. Windows 3.1.
Classic.
On 6 floppy disks. 4 megabytes of RAM. Take that, Apple.
4 megabytes.
4 megabytes. It's huge.
Jocko says, thanks, fellas. I'll set it up for him with I think it's a snake emoji. Shar is getting Streamlabsed here, but I want to answer this question.
Okay.
Just purchased the iPhone 14 Pro Max. Tells me to turn on Assistive Touch each time I try to download apps from the App Store. Also, will not download it via Face ID. Appreciate your show. Tells me to turn on Assistive Touch each time I try to download an app.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Whoa. Also will not download via Face ID. Turn on Assistive Touch each time I try. Are you sure it's Assistive Touch and not? Well, no. Yeah. I have no idea. Maybe the chat can help.
It sounds like you might need to go, because I mean, if you're trying to download an app and it's not using the Face ID and it's probably doing like double tap to install thing.
Did you buy it new?
Yeah.
Was the screen replaced at some point?
Yeah.
That's kind of screaming there's a hardware problem to me.
Yeah, could be an issue with the Face ID sensor.
Yeah, well, if they replace the screen, then the Face ID, unless you do it through Apple, stops working.
Yep.
So,
yeah.
Yep.
That's I would, first step, erase your face and then set it up again and see if that fixes the problem. But if it's like a
plastic surgery.
I mean, is the Face ID working just to unlock your phone normally? Because then if it's working sometimes and not other times, then there could be a...
No, it's not that.
That's not that. Yeah.
Good point. Good point, David.
I don't know.
That's good diagnostic right there. Severin says, is it just me that doesn't care about installing apps from other app stores?
No.
Nope.
Not just you.
Not just you. We forgot to add that.
I'm gonna do it once if it ever becomes available. I'll do it, and we'll
have to.
We'll have to.
We'll make videos.
For videos, and then all my personal information will get hacked by a malware app, and that'll be it.
That'll be it. Poof. Up in smoke goes David Lynch.
GameBiz, is Apple dangerous? In what sense?
No.
No. I guess
yes? No? Is Apple dangerous? Apple's a company.
Sort of a philosophical
it's a corporation.
Yeah.
It's, things they do, perhaps, or some of the people there. I mean, they employ a lot of people. There's bound to be a bad egg in that bunch.
There's a podcast called Sounds Like a Cult. They did an episode on Apple recently. You may want to check that out for some perspective on that.
Interesting.
And Milt McQueen says, good morning. Good morning, Milt.
Good morning, Milt.
Short for Milton, like in the Office Space.
Ooh, very interesting point there, David. Short for Milton. Is it, though?
I don't know. No idea.
I don't know. See you never's back. DuckDuckGo, nice browser.
Yeah, I got to try it out. People keep talking about DuckDuckGo. There's a mobile browser. I'll have to check it out. And
of course there is a mobile browser. Yeah, they're so privacy focused. They built their own browser so that they can protect your data more.
Yeah. Well, that could be fun, though. You go into the browser, you look at their privacy settings, see what's in there that you can tweak and turn off and what's on by default. It could be interesting. Is
that your idea of fun? Ladies and gentlemen, I can download a browser and check out what the privacy settings are.
I mean, it could be fun. That's fun.
Why we're
that sort of thing
YouTubers.
is fun sometimes.
Yeah. Athena asked a while back, I have all of my iPhones since the iPhone 3. Do you guys know if there's a possibility of getting a new battery? Probably especially with the mom and pop shop route. I would just go there.
Yeah.
In terms of an iPhone 3G, probably. I don't know.
I feel like it'd be really expensive. If you can get it, it'll probably be really expensive because I bet the 3G batteries are in short supply right now. And, I don't know.
Maybe you could give it to our friend's grandson who's learning how to program. If he wants to learn how to program, he also would like to replace a battery in an old phone.
Maybe.
I think that could be kind of fun. Work out a deal, guys. You could do that. All right. Okay. Like that video for sure. So, have we talked about this App Store? What do you think? Is Apple really doing the wrong thing by charging developers 30%? I'll take whatever side you don't think.
I mean, they're going to take. Do you mean is there commission too?
Is it too high?
Are you suggesting they shouldn't take a commission at all?
Yeah, I'm suggesting they shouldn't take a commission at all.
Okay,
that's my stance for this minute.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they should get some sort of compensation for having the App Store and allowing people to find it in search. I mean, I think the thing that's interesting here is like, how does the search engine actually work? Are they promoting specific apps over other specific apps for some nefarious reason? And if that comes to light, then
I think the argument could be made that the flat 30% across the board levels the playing field because they're going to promote the apps that make them the most money. Right? But why else would they want to promote an app over another one?
Money.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know how their algorithm works.
Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, 30% to whatever Game Freak or whatever company makes Clash of Clans, that hit is going to be relatively, drop in the bucket compared to a small app developer who needs all the resources they possibly can to keep developing their app. So maybe a sliding scale where it's a small indie app company gets a lower commission than a mega corporation that makes freemium games. I don't know.
Interesting. I think the
sort of like how we have tax brackets in the United States, have commission brackets for different levels of app developers.
Right.
Could be interesting.
Yeah. Okay. That's a fair point.
I don't know.
That's a good point. I thought there was more here on this antitrust probe thing, but
probe is being launched as part of a larger effort by the DOJ to look into potential anti-competitive practices by tech giants like Apple, Amazon, and Facebook. So it's not just Apple being singled out here by the DOJ. It's all the big tech companies and their monopolies.
And for the record, I don't think that 30% is too much because of the platform and the promotion and just everything that they do to get the apps into people's hands.
Yep.
And promote them.
GameBiz really wants to know, are the Apple products dangerous?
I think we've already answered that.
Have we?
Okay. Yeah. If you keep typing that, GameBiz, you are my favorite. Flattery will get you everywhere, except There you go. There's your shadow. Flattery will get you everywhere.
How much commission does Google take from the Play Store? That's an interesting question.
I think it's the same.
Google Play Store.
I'm pretty sure it is the same, but they do allow side loading. So that's the difference.
Take between 15 and 30% of digital sales inside apps through their billing platforms.
Yeah.
Good question. Right. Oh, boy. Makeo. Hope I pronounced that correctly.
Makeo.
If the disparity is substantial, why people want to develop for Apple when they can develop only for Android? Yeah, I mean...
Makeo. 808. Good Hawaiian.
Good thoughts.
Makeo. That's how it would be pronounced there, but they probably say Makeo.
Captures pixels. Why is Apple under investigation? Antitrust.
Why not? Because lawyers want to make money.
Yeah.
But I think Amazon's is worse because they have these. They just keep creating the products that third-party sellers bring to Amazon as Amazon Basics.
Yeah.
They just use their own sales data to recreate products.
Smart.
I think the Amazon CEO went in front of Congress and was asked that question. Do you use your own sales data to put other people out of business? And he said, it's our policy not to, but I can't guarantee it's never been done. Great.
Well,
thanks, Jeff.
Those Weasley policies, you shouldn't do it, but if we do,
it may have happened.
It may have happened.
Sorry. All right, time for another shorts break, and it's our last shorts break before we get to your questions 100%. And
the poll question, should Apple allow third-party app stores on iPhone, a.k.a. side loading?
Side loading, yes or no?
Yes or no?
Would you use a third-party app store?
I wouldn't. I mean, I would for this.
David, you keep giving away the answer.
Yeah, well, last time I was wrong, so,
Oh, man. All right, Zach, shorts break.
Google has declared war on Apple. Last week, Google added hashtag get the message to its homepage, and it led to a website that no one expected. It wasn't about the Pixel or any Google product at all. Instead, they dropped a bomb on one of the iPhone's most important features. The bomb was a website blaming Apple for not adopting RCS, a modern industry standard for texting. In 2011, Apple launched iMessage and put iMessages in blue and text messages in green. With typing indicators and read receipts, iMessage was years ahead of anything on Android. And even though iMessage is 10 years old, Google only recently realized how much it would hurt their business. According to a spring 2022 study by Piper Sandler, 88% of teenagers own an iPhone. Teens are super valuable because their brand loyalty lasts into adulthood. Do teens really care that much about the color of the bubbles?
No.
But they do care about the high quality photos, videos, and group messaging features that make iMessage so great. Google is so desperate for Apple to adopt RCS, they've turned to a popular tactic among teens, public shaming. This means Google has declared war on Apple. Last week, Google added hashtag get the message to its homepage, and it led to a website that no one expected. It wasn't about the Pixel or any Google product at all. Instead, they dropped a bomb on one of the iPhone's most important features. The bomb was a website blaming Apple for not adopting RCS, a modern industry standard for texting. In 2011, Apple launched iMessage and put iMessages in blue and text messages in green. With typing indicators and read receipts, iMessage was years ahead of anything on Android. And even though iMessage is 10 years old, Google only recently realized how much it would hurt their business. According to a spring 2022 study by Piper Sandler, 88% of teenagers own an iPhone. Teens are super valuable because their brand loyalty lasts into adulthood. Do teens really care that much about the color of the bubbles?
No.
But they do care about the high quality photos, videos, and group messaging features that make iMessage so great. Google is so desperate for Apple to adopt RCS, they've turned to a popular tactic among teens, public shaming. This means Google has declared war on Apple. Last week, Google added hashtag get the message to its homepage, and it led to a website that no one expected. It wasn't about the Pixel or any Google product at all. Instead, they dropped a bomb on one of the iPhones.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
Yep.
Artists, twice you mentioned Clash of Clans. Do you play it? I do and love it. And then Coaxium said I play Clash of Clans, but only using the money. But the only money I spend is on the Gold Pass for $4.99 every other month. Do you play Clash of Clans?
I used to. There was no Gold Pass when I played.
Yeah.
For $4 a month. My friend Mike, you remember Mike? Mm-hmm. Mike used to play Clash of Clans. Mike spent a lot of money on Clash of Clans.
Yeah, I played Clash of Clans for a little bit. I mean, I just like, if I had stuck with it from, 2015 or whatever until now, 8 years of Clash of Clans, how good would my clan be right now? Probably pretty good.
You definitely have those level 9 walls.
The issue is with Clash of Clans is that I reached the point where you really have to start paying if you want to play it quickly. So it's like 48-hour wait time for something to finish building, and in that time,
insane.
Like 6 people raid you and take all your stuff. So for me, it was like, okay, I can either pay whatever, pay a lot of money to accelerate this process, or lose interest and stop playing. And I opted for to lose interest and stop playing. So I mean, I'm not the target customer.
We're not.
No,
they really don't care about us as much. No. They want the whales.
Yeah, I'm not a whale.
Yeah, a whale.
Should Apple allow third-party app stores on iPhone? No. 59%. Yes. 40%. Missing 1% there. Curious.
Wow. So it was more of a split decision here.
Yeah.
The no's took it, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, if they want to allow third-party app stores, whatever. I mean,
at this point,
people aren't going to use it, but that's fine.
At this point, I think that I would rather see them allow other backup solutions. Because iCloud Backup is a technology, not a server. Mm-hmm. I would love to be able to see iCloud Backup work with other cheaper platforms for people to be able to back up their stuff, as opposed to just Apple servers.
Okay.
Or locally. I'd love to be able to see iCloud Backup work to your local cloud so people could have their stuff at home.
Sure.
Instead of on an Apple server.
Okay.
I think sometimes they look in one direction. They could look in another direction for the antitrust stuff.
Wait till the EU says you need to allow people to upload backups locally. And,
I think I'll be waiting a long time for that.
Waiting a long time, yeah.
Yeah.
MKR, is it okay to restart my iPad Pro every day? Yes.
Yes, it is.
The One, who gave us a nice super chat earlier. Do you guys ever see reverse wireless charging ever being activated on iPhone? I think in our last stream we talked about how they're developing that right now. So I think near future, yes.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely for the AirPods, for other devices, for sharing power.
Yep.
I think so. But that's we think.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Fairly certain.
Yeah.
I'm going to say yes, within 3 years there'll be reverse wireless charging on a phone.
Yep.
Very bold prediction. Mm-hmm. The randomness always. I am late. What did Apple do? They did a whole bunch of stuff the last couple of weeks.
Yep. And, that's you can check out this video on demand later today.
Yeah.
This one has gone smoothly enough to keep on the channel.
Yeah. They violated your privacy. They
Gosh darn it.
Are being investigated for antitrust as relates to the App Store.
They are using AI to replace
audiobook narrators
over actors. What didn't they do?
Yeah. Release a solid SE phone. I don't know.
Yeah. I'd like to see Apple get more into video games.
Another thing Apple did, they're delaying their AR announcement. AR VR 2 months.
Are they?
So look out for AR VR in June at WWDC.
No way.
Yep.
And security keys, which is where I think I would like to go.
Okay.
Is talk about security keys. And David has a bunch here. Maybe we can hold them up to that side cam.
There we go. How about that?
There's a Google Titan security key.
Good.
Is that in focus, Zach?
Oh, yeah.
Looks really dark compared to the phone. There's nothing Zach can do about that right now.
Yeah.
Here, get the phone out of here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Can I? Yeah, I'll just take that. Thanks.
Boy.
There it is.
Yeah.
What about security keys? What are we saying?
I don't know. What are we saying about security keys?
We put out a video, our last video, on security keys. A lot of interesting comments. People are not happy about security keys.
No, they're not.
They're not. They're saying this is stupid. This is a farce. Why would I get this? I don't need this. I can just use two-factor. It's super easy if I get a text message code to just hit that one little button, insert for messages, and it inserts the code for me. Why do I need a security key?
Exactly. Yeah. Security keys.
Okay.
Yeah. People hated the video. They didn't hate the video. They hated the keys. I think that eventually Apple's going to come out with one in WWDC of this year, and it will be better.
Yeah, somebody got mad that we were mean to this YubiKey key with the keyhole in the middle and comparing it to a fidget spinner.
Yep. I know. That's a lot.
They're right. I mean, it doesn't spin, so probably a poor. Actually, it does.
Yep, they spin. That's one of the best parts of them right now. So I have a Google Titan security key. I have 2 of those.
Yep,
got them for these guys too. So what we did learn yesterday, though, is that Apple says you have to have 2 security keys for it to work, but you can share keys. So a family of 5 could buy 5 security keys, 1 for each person, and then have like a master backup key that they keep in the kitchen. Family of 5 doesn't have to buy 10 keys. They have to buy 6. Still a lot of keys.
A lot of keys.
Not as many as you might have thought.
Yeah, I think people are kind of scared of the new key technology. It's also just less convenient than the text message codes. But the reason that it's there is because somebody could theoretically intercept that text message and then use it to log into your accounts. And then they can't intercept the physical security key unless they steal your keys. So,
yep,
you've been warned.
Indeed. So we do have a video about security keys.
We do.
And we will drop a link to that video in the chat.
Yes.
Zach just did.
Sure did.
Yep.
Artist Me, does using your iPad while charging damage the battery? No?
No.
No, it will not.
Yep. But, all right. So let's wrap it up. Thank you guys for being here today. And we look forward to seeing you next time.